Chip Lockingdale Band, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to Poetry in Motion. I'm your host, Chip Lockingdale. We have a great show for you lined up tonight. With guests Elma Mitchell, Sir Kingsley William Amis, and a secret guest that I can't tell you right now.
Hi.
But we'll be back after this. Give it up for the Chip Lockingdale Band.
Hi.
Hello, welcome back to Poetry in Motion, Great Britain's #1 poetry television program. I'm Chip Lockingdale. For our first guest, we have Elma Mitchell. So please welcome Elma Mitchell. Hello, Elma. Good to see you.
Hello, Chip.
You're talking to the microphone.
Microphone?
Yeah, you're all right. You're all right. Anyway, so Elma, what do you exactly stand for in this world today?
Well, I believe that all women should have all the same rights as men and all that good stuff.
Interesting. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Now I understand you made your dress yourself.
Oh, yes, I did. As a matter of fact, I'm quite the tailor.
Now, I understand your dress, it's more than just fashion, it actually means something.
Oh, and it means a lot of things to me, actually. Each little pattern represents something that I stand for and appreciate.
Mm-hmm. So, Mrs. Mitchell, I understand you've been working on a new poem.
Yes, that's right, I have been.
Thoughts After Ruskin is the name, I believe.
Yes.
Well, would you be so kind as to read that for us on the show today?
I'd be delighted to.
Lovely.
Women reminded him of lilies and roses. Me, they reminded me rather of blood and soap. Armed with a warm rag, assaulting noses, ears, neck, mouth, and all the secret places. Armed with a sharp knife, cutting up liver, holding hearts to bleed under a running tap, gutting and stuffing, pickling and preserving, scalding, blanching, broiling and pulversing, all the terrible chemistry of their kitchens. Their distant husbands lean across mahogany and delicately manipulate the market, while safe at home the tender and the gentle are killing tiny mice, dead, snapped by the neck, asphyxiating flies, evicting spiders, scrubbing, scouring aloud, disturbing cupboards, committing fingers to dustbins, twisting, wringing, wrist red and knuckles white and fingers puckered, pulpy, tepid, staring, screaming cleaners around the snags of furniture they straighten, and haul out sheets from under the incontent and heavy old, stoop to unimportant young, tugging, folding, tucking, zipping, buttoning, spooning in food, encouraging excretion, mopping up vomit, stabbing cloth with needles, contorting wool around their knitting needles, creating snug and comfy on their needles. Their huge hands, their everywhere eyes, their voices raised to convey across the hullabaloo, their massive thighs and breasts dispensing comfort, their bloody passages and hairy crannies, their wounds that pocket a man upside down. And when all's over, off with their overalls, quickly consulting clocks, they go upstairs, sit and sigh a little, brushing hair, and somehow find in mirrors, colours, odours, the essence of lilies and roses.
That really was a wonderful poem, Elma. Thank you. So, what does that exactly mean?
Well, I was trying to come across in a way that sort of reached out to women who were stuck at home doing laundry and other little errands and things for their husbands, when it just seemed that the man is always out doing the better thing and getting all wrapped up and such, but really the women themselves are doing so much more than meets the eye and just kind of what goes on there at home.
Lovely. Well, that's all the time we have for you, Elma. Thank you for being a guest on
Pleasure.
Poetry in Motion. And a word after our sponsors. Welcome back to Poetry in Motion. I'm your host, Chip Lockingdale. And for our second guest of the evening, I would like you to give a warm welcome for our friend, Sir Kingsley William Amis.
Ah,
William.
hello, Chip.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see
Good
you.
to see you. So for our viewers at home, would you like to tell us something about yourself?
Well, Chip, I am an English novelist. I'm a poet, I'm a critic, I'm a teacher. I've written more than 20 novels, 3 collections of poetry, short stories, radio and television scripts, and books of social and literary criticism.
Delightful. So I understand you like to call yourself a beatnik, is that correct?
Beatnik, yes, that's what people call us. I am part of the beat generation. Beat is slang for beaten down or downtrodden. You know, our political views are they're radical, sometimes even anarchic, and describe social alienation of different kinds. They're often expressed in critical views on society as a whole, criticizing certain behaviors or group in different ways, Chip.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting, William. And I understand you, William, are working on a new poem.
I am, Chip. I brought it in. You mind if I read it?
Oh, I'd love you to.
It's called A Note on Wyatt. Now, see her come bearing down a tidy craft. Gaily her topsails bulge, her sidelights burn. There's jigging in her rigging fore and aft, and beauty's self, not named, limned on her stem. See at her head the jolly Raja flutters. God, is she fully manned? If she's one short, cadets, bargee, longshoremen, shellback mutters, drown is reason that should me comfort. But habit, like a cork, rides the dark flood, and, like a cork, keeps her in walls of glass. Faint legacies of brine tingle my blood. The tide winds fading echoes as I pass. Now, jolly ship, sign on a jolly crew, God bless you, dear, and all who sail in you.
So, William, I'm sure you'd be delighted to tell us what that means.
Well, this poem was written about me ship. Yeah, I've had this ship for ages, and it represents to me a matter of social anarchism. It's about riding into that ocean of life and saying, we will rebel.
Amazing. Amazing, William.
Glad you liked it, Chip.
You've been a great guest on Poetry in Motion.
And it was wonderful to be here.
And we'll have more after this word from our sponsor.